Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. This is the Bowtech SS34, so 34 inches axle. Good name. It's meant to be really smooth. I don't know anything about it. My staff said this is meant to be a really smooth bow to draw. Saying that, they've never drawn it. It's like new into my shop today, so I sold one today. I had a customer drive, I don't know how many hours, 8 hours to come to my store. There's other stores closer, a lot closer, so he came from Melbourne. And he goes, look, I didn't like the service. I've driven all the way to come and see you. So he spent the whole day at my store. And he brought this bow. Well, not this one, but this bow. So he actually shot 3 shots with this particular bow. I haven't physically shot it yet. Tried all the bows in the store, like just a couple of arrows with various bows. Decided this was the best bow for him. And so we're going to do a review. Quick thing about the stats. Almost a 7-inch brace height, 6 3/4 inch brace height. Draw length adjustable from 26 to 31.5. IBO speed 331, which is pretty average, and mass weight of 4.7. The balance is excellent in the hand. The grip feels like a normal Bowtech grip, so it's straight up and down. The grip's detachable. Feels like the other Bowtech. So if you got last year's Bowtech, it feels the same. Okay, so what's different and what's unique? Rotating modules. You can flip the module from smooth to performance. Performance adds 10 feet per second. It's got a draw stop on the back. Very easy to adjust the draw length of this bow. I adjusted it from a 29 to a 27 on the one he brought, and then we adjusted it to 27.5 because he said it feels better at 27.5. Takes seconds. It's very good. 3 bolting positions, and it's got the size marked on the side and on the spot here on the back for the draw length, so it's almost idiot proof. Saying that, they've changed the cams a bit. The design of the cams looks fine, looks cool. Thing which is really good about Bowtech is you can move the cams left and right for tuning. So he had a Matthews which he traded in. He's like, the tuning just annoys him. This is a really good tuning system. So if you want to move it left to right, you've just got a little thing here to adjust, and there. Roller cable slide here, which is good, which flexes in to reduce torque on the strings and cables. Dual spot here, which is good. 2 spots for your sights. That's good. Look, okay, so the finish is nice. It's really nicely machined. I can't see any machine marks on it. It looks $1 million. The graphics on the limbs look fantastic. It's a really, really nice looking bow. Let me just show you from behind. Now, on the limb here, it's marked as a 70-pound bow. It's not, it's a 61. On here on the birth certificate, it says 61, but it's got 70 pounds on the limbs. Now, the last video I didn't have the chronograph working. Today I do. I've got 3 arrows to chronograph. I haven't drawn this bow back, so we're going to draw it. This is a VAP. It's a 350 with a 140 grain point. It weighs 390 grains. So we're going to check the speed. So it's hard to start with. It feels the same all the way through. It should be getting a valley, I'm guessing. Oh, there's the valley. Very smooth to get into the valley, and we'll just take this shot. Now I don't believe that. It says 345 feet per second. That's completely wrong. This is a gold tip velocity. I don't know why it says 345. Sometimes happens on shots, especially in the low light conditions. So this is about 325, 327 grains. .297. I tell you, after the shot, this is a 3D HV. It's 275 grains. I can't remember the grain on the point, but these things are fast. So if it was 300 feet per second with the gold tip velocity, means this one should be about 320. This thing is amazing when you shoot the shot. Still recorded 297, so my speed machine's having a few issues. Let's see if we can find another one. This is the VAP again, so this is a 390 grain arrow. It's in the afternoon and there's not much light, so there's gave it 359 again. It's just dead in the shot, like, and you know, before I've said like the little short parallel limbs are dead and no vibration. This thing is as dead as I've ever felt. The draw cycle, like, so this is 61 pounds. I think I'm drawing it back. Like, there's a valley there. I can let this thing down like nothing. It's fairly steady all the way back. It's not like the very first inch you've got poundage, but then the valleys, like, it doesn't really drop off. .272, I think that'd be about right for the Victory VAP, because the velocity was 297, so that sounds about right. And here's another 3D HV. These things are fast. I'm going to be shooting a 3D tournament coming up in 85 days. And I'm going to be shooting 3D HVs. No, now it's a mark course, so you could argue, well, you don't need fast arrows, but I'm like, I figure 3D, I should be shooting fast arrows. It's so 319, and that's exactly where I expect it. So we got 270s, 275s with a Victory VAP. That's a target arrow. Your gold tip velocity, which is a fast 3D arrow, 300, and 3D HV from Victory 320, so it's substantially faster. The draw cycle is really, really good, and there's nothing after the shot. So quiet. So quiet. It's very, very different. Now, I only just did the Reckoning, the Bowtech Reckoning 36 Gen 2. This, even though, oh look, I don't know if I did that chip. I don't know how I did that chip, and there's a chip there too. There and there. Now, I don't think that was me. Like, I literally just pulled this out of the box. That's a bit disappointing, because other than that, it's flawless. I don't think it was, I don't know how I would have done the chip there, but I shot the video, so maybe you can see me causing those chips in the video. Now, this is I'm guessing this is an anodized finish and not painted. Maybe it's painted. I think it's painted. With anodizing, it's very hard to get a chip like that. Like, it doesn't happen, so that's why I changed my mind. Originally I thought it was anodized, but now I think it's painted because of those two chips. And I think it would have happened at the factory. So those two. So when you get a bow, and I've obviously did not check it enough, but I started this video doing it and I just noticed them then. So I suppose I'll talk to Bowtech and see if they'll do me a discount. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Really nice. They have light dampening things here. Light the cams. Really, really nice. Okay, let's go back to 18 meters and see how well I shoot. Okay, so I'm back at 18 and the last one hit the 10. So it took me a bit to sight in. All the arrows left to right were perfect. I was just having up and down things, so I had to move my sight up and down. How do I think I'll shoot with this bow? I think I'll shoot great. It's got good balance. It's close to a 7-inch brace sight. I always shoot really good with a 7-inch brace sight. I always shoot really good with smooth drawing bows. So I think I'll shoot great because I don't think I'll get much movement in the pin. I think I'll shoot good. So let's sort of see how it goes. I'm going to say I really like shooting this bow. And it's not like the Bowtech Reckoning 36, even this 34. It feels very different. This is much deader in the hand because the limbs are more parallel. The draw cycle feels different because the cams are different shaped. It's very different. So, and you know, like when the customer came in today and he was trying out the different bows, look, all the bows are really good. It's just you've got to decide what you want in a bow. This is dead in the hand, silent. I think it'll aim really well. It just sits on the 10. Doesn't wobble around. This is the thing with the shorter inch brace sights, I get more of this happening. With the bigger brace sights, I don't get any of that. So I'm a lot better left to right with the longer brace heights. And I wish someone had explained this to me earlier when I was younger. It's Now he asked questions about the Bowtech strings. Look, the Bowtech strings, as I sigh, lots of shops rip off the factory strings and fit their own strings. I think that's just profiteering. Okay, that's my view. There are strings on the market which are better than others and strings that are worse than others. I think these strings are pretty good. I fitted them to his bow. It had a little bit of peep rotation at the start, just a little. It took me one twist to get it right. And then I saw no rotation at all of the peep side. It was pretty good. I had a Hoyt Stratos second hand in. Bow's about a month old, and I was getting serving separation around the cams because I had a person complaining about serving separation on a string which we built down the bottom here. I couldn't really see it, and I'm like, well, that's not going to really make much difference, but you can send it back, I can fix it. But I was like, for the cost of what we charge for a string, I don't think it's worth worrying about. But the Hoyt had serving separation here. The Bowtechs, I think, are a pretty decent string. I wouldn't be replacing them. But if you watch my videos, you know I'm pretty tight with money, so just bear that in mind. There's a whole bunch of archers. Somebody come to my shop, he loved various strings. I'm going to go gas strings or winner's choice or whatever. So when they get a bow, they'll literally rip the strings off and fit them because they trust them. They're like, these strings have been great. I'm going to have this from day one because I don't want any problems. And that's okay. It's just I think if a shop selling a bow goes, look, you need to buy a set of strings for $400, I just have a few issues with that. So dead in the hand. It's just unbelievable. This really is. Now, here's the customer today. We went through all the bows, and I said, look, I think Bowtech and Elite, as far as tunability, are just miles ahead of the rest of the competition. I would then put PSE third with their little clip system, but you need a bow press with the PSE system. With Hoyt and Matthews, you need to take the bows apart to tune them. And I'm going to put Hoyt ahead of Matthews because Hoyt give you the shims for tuning. With Matthews, you need to buy the top hat system. So the bow's well balanced. It's nicely finished. Pity about the 2 marks on the riser. Now that one, the vane came off for some reason, so I don't know where the arrow went, but the vane dropped halfway down the field. 2 arrows to go. I love this bow, really, really love it. 4.7 is a heavier bow, but it's good. Now I've got 3D coming up, last arrow. I've got 3D coming up. I've got to decide what sight I'm going to use, what scope I'm going to use, if I use a scope or just use a 5-pin sight. I think it's all open, so I've got to give it some thought. I think I dropped my arm on that last one. But look, I'm really happy with the way the bow's shot. I don't know what the group is. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so I'm up here at the target. This is a Bulldog target I've had for about 2 years now. I think I've had it. Still using it. The arrows pull out really good. I can get my finger around the whole group. So it's a pretty good group. If I just had my sight down a little bit more, they would be pretty much mainly in the 10. Left to right is excellent. Up and down, the width is basically half a finger, and you can probably see all that on the camera, but for me I couldn't. Look, I think I shot that much better than the Reckoning 36. I'm going to say probably because of the balance of the bow is better. I felt really comfortable shooting the Reckoning 36, but I think shot that thing great. Very nice bow to draw. I think the plus point of it is after the shot it's just nothing. It's just so quiet and so dead you don't even know you've made the shot. Amazing little thing. So the pluses of the SS34, tunability, adjustability, are great. You can flip the mod. Price point, it's going to be priced I think around the $1,990, so a bit under $2,000. At that price point for a metal riser, it's at the top of the end of the market. Okay, so comparing against your Hoyts, your Bowtech, so comparing against your Hoyts, your Elites, your PSE, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, about $100 more, $100 to $200 more than the other top of the range metal riser bows. However, you've got the tunability on the cams. I'm looking at the cable guard. Look, I think it's a nice bow. Is it my favorite bow? Is this a bow I want to put on the roll? I'm going to say I really like the Reckoning because of the colors. I think it just pops, and I think that looks amazing. I like some of the carbon bows because they're so light. It's definitely one of the best bows I've shot to date. Give it a shot at your local archery shop, but understand the bow you're looking for. If you're looking for a bow that draws back really well, 3D, quiet for hunting, easy to aim, the SSR34 is amazing. A really, really good bow in my view, and it shoots really good groups. It's not the fastest machine in the world, but then you switch that module and you're going to be getting an extra 10 feet per second. Now with the 3D HVs, I think we got 320, so that makes it 330. It's becoming a little bit more impressive, but that will change the draw cycle from being smooth to being more lumpy at the end. So just bear that in mind. I don't know which one I prefer. I'm dealing with that at the moment with the Elite cam system. I don't know if I prefer smooth or performance, but with the Bowtech you can flip the module and you don't have to pay any more money. Like with the Elite and Matthews and PSE to buy different modules, it costs you money. This all together. So I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and remember, the more you shoot, the better you shoot. And don't shoot without arrows. Don't dry fire the bow. I've told you, even if there's a sticker on the bow to say don't dry fire the arrow, don't shoot a bow without an arrow in it. You will blow the thing up. And then just ask nicely to see what they do. They might go, no, it's not covered, but they might help you out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.